How can you help secure money for your community that will go to new schools, new roads, and public safety workers like firefighters? What takes you only 10 minutes and can transform your community over the next 10 years? Hi there. If we've never met, I'm Orv Kimbrough, Chairman and CEO of Midwest BankCentre, St. Louis's second largest privately owned bank. Like many of you, I'm still at home, grateful for essential workers and looking boldly toward the future with hope. As we navigate this challenging time together, I'll be providing regular updates on what's happening in the region. And because I'm an accidental banker, what's happening in banking. Today, I want to talk to you all about the US Census. I know it's not the sexiest of topics, but things of great consequence sometimes aren't. And make no mistake, the census has very real impacts on our day-to-day lives. First, let's start with a bit of background. Every 10 years, the United States Census Bureau undertakes a huge task counting all the people living in this country and recording basic information such as age, sex, and race. This activity is so important that it's actually mandated as part of the Constitution. Why is the census so important? Well, our entire representative democracy is based on it. As we all know, our representatives are the individual people that we vote in the office to be our voice in government. They are the people who are supposed to represent the collective interest of our district. History has proven that when you don't have a voice in government, bad things can happen. Therefore, the census tries to count every individual to ensure that each community gets the right number of representatives in government. The data is also used to redraw district boundaries. Today, the census helps with the distribution of public funds for things like schools and healthcare and firefighters and law enforcement and highways. There are billions at stake. Each year, the government distributes more than nearly $700 billion in funds to state and local communities. That's a lot of school lunches. That's a lot of concrete for highways. That's a lot of support for firefighters and families in need. This is a big deal. So why am I talking about it today? Midwest BankCentre is a values-based financial institution. We love the two states that we principally operate in, Missouri and Illinois, and we want to ensure that our region gets its fair share of representation. We know that while every neighborhood is different, all neighborhoods are connected by economies large and small. We believe that all communities ought to be informed and have the opportunity to thrive. That's why we are committed to making meaningful long-term investments in communities that lift everyone up. But there's more to my why. As of the last time I checked, the self-response rates in the city of St. Louis for St. Louis City residents was about 41%. And in the county, it was about 61%. Recent studies show that the 2020 census could leave out younger adults and up to 4 million largely minority Americans. Let's explore a few reasons why I've heard that people don't fill out the census. Reason number one, it's going to take too long. As a reminder, it only takes 10 minutes. And yes, you can fill it out online, on your phone, or on your computer. Reason number two, we are less convinced of the importance and benefits to our communities. I hope that getting our fair share of $700 billion and making sure that we have a voice in our government is enough to convince you. While I'm on this point, let me just say that the goal of the census is to count everybody in our country. Your response to the US Census cannot be used against you in any way. Let me say that again. Your census response cannot be used against you by any government. It can't be used against you by any court or any agency. Secondly, the census does not ask about your religion. It doesn't care about who you voted for. It doesn't care about your income. The census does eventually release individually verifiable information, but that's 72 years after it's been collected. Let's face it, most of us listening to this video will not be around 72 years from now. It could mean something pretty significant in the form of representation and funds for your community. It could mean that our democracy is working better if you participate in the census. Please, I'm imploring you, stand up and be counted. You can complete the census online, you can complete it on the phone, or you can complete it on your computer. It takes 10 minutes. It'll make a huge impact for the next 10 years. Thank you for standing up and being counted. I'm Orv Kimbrough. I'll continue to pray for you and your families. Until next time.